Indian Army and Air Force successfully launched Brahmos supersonic cruise missile. The Brahmos supersonic cruise missile is the world's fastest operational system in its class, and recently DRDO has extended the range of the missile system from the existing 298 kilometers to around 450 kilometers. Indian Army and Indian Air Force today conducted one test each of Brahmos supersonic cruise missile in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands territory. Both the tests of DRDO developed missile were successful. On Tuesday, India successfully test-fired a land attack version of the Brahmos supersonic cruise missile from the Andaman and Nicobar Islands territory. The supersonic cruise missile was test-fired at 10 am and it successfully hit its target, which was on another island. The test firing of the surface-to-surface variant of the Brahmos supersonic cruise missile with a strike range of 300 kilometers was successful. The Indian Air Force has both land and air-launched versions of the missile. The test was conducted by the Indian Army, which has many regiments of the DRDO-developed missile system. The strike range of Brahmos missile has now been enhanced to over 400 kilometers. The Brahmos supersonic cruise missile is the world's fastest operational system in its class, and recently DRDO has extended the range of the missile system from the existing 298 kilometers to around 450 kilometers. In the last 2 months, DRDO has been successful in testing both new and existing missile systems, including the Shaurya missile system, which can hit targets at over 800 kilometers, and technology demonstration vehicles for hypersonic missile technology. After the launch of the joint venture between India and Russia, the Brahmos supersonic cruise missile has become a potent weapon for all three armed forces. Indian Navy inducts 2 American Predator drones on lease, can be deployed on China border in a sign of growing closeness between India and the United States amid conflict with China. The Indian Navy has inducted 2 Predator drones from an American firm on lease for carrying out surveillance in the Indian Ocean region, and which can also be deployed along the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh. The American-origin drones have been inducted by the Navy under the emergency procurement powers granted by the Defense Ministry in view of the India-China border conflict. The drones arrived in India in the second week of November and were inducted into flying operations on November 21 at Indian Navy base at INS Rajali. The drones have already started flying operations, and with an endurance capability of being in the air for over 30 hours, they are proving to be a big asset for the maritime force. An American crew from the vendor is also accompanying the equipment and would support the Navy in operating the machines. The drones are flying in Indian colors and would be on lease with India for 1 year, even as the 3 services are preparing the case for acquiring 18 more such drones from the US. India and America have been working very closely during the ongoing conflict against Chinese aggression in eastern Ladakh, including help in surveillance and information sharing in all domains. The option of leasing weapon systems has been provisioned under the Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020 in the Defense Procurement Manual 2009 and helps in saving funds, and the responsibility of maintenance also lies with the vendor. Under the lease agreement, the American support staff will only help in the maintenance and technical issues, whereas the sortie planning and the joystick control would be with the Indian Navy personnel. The data gathered by the drones during the flight would also be the exclusive property of the Indian Navy. The Indian Armed Forces have been showing faith in American systems in the last few years for their surveillance requirements, as Indian Navy already has 9 P-8I long-range surveillance planes and would get another 9 in next few years. For helicopters also, it is buying 24 MH-60 Romeos for giving it a multi-role capability. India and America have also signed the basic foundation agreements for cooperation in defense and national security domain. With India-China talks over Ladakh pullout stalled, a harsh winter awaits troops. China's insistence that Indian troops should vacate heights in Chushul has hit talks for disengaging troops from forward locations in eastern Ladakh. Beijing is yet to respond to dates suggested for the next commander-level talks, narrowing the chances of pulling back troops from the inhospitable heights before winter peaks. While talks are on for the PLA to withdraw from Finger 4 to 8 and Indian troops to vacate its positions at Rechinlar and Rezanglar, among others, on the Kailash range, the deep distrust which set in after the Galwan clash prevails. China's aim could be to occupy strategic positions in the Despang sector. If it succeeds, it would provide a shorter route to Shaksgam Valley, which Pakistan ceded illegally to China in 1963, and provide a better route to Karakoram Pass. PLA does not want India at the Daulat Beg Oldie as it fears the Indian army could threaten China's flagship CPEC project. This is the reason why China is silent on the Despang sector in the proposal under negotiations for disengagement. For India, the Chinese position around DBO would sandwich its post at the Siachen between the Chinese and Pakistan's forces. China has deliberately avoided mentioning the post-disengagement positions along the LAC in the Ladakh sector. At the strategic level, China wants Pakistan to occupy a sizable chunk of Jammu and Kashmir to ensure protection to CPEC. This is the common objective of both China and Pakistan. China is not only providing diplomatic support to Pakistan but also encouraging it to escalate terrorism in J&K, hoping that US under Biden would sharply focus on the alleged human rights violations there and pressure India on Kashmir. Thanks for watching Military World Observer. Please do not forget to subscribe. Have a nice day.